So you eventually got MAVUIKA. Now what? Well, that's what this video is about. What do you do when you get MAVUIKA? So MAVUIKA is the Pyro Archon. Many people like to call her the Queen Big PP Archon.
She deals a lot of damage.
You don't want to mess this up. Now, to figure out how to build your MAVUIKA, you have to look at the characters you already have. This will then determine how you want to build your MAVUIKA, a DPS or a sub DPS. Now, if you're going to go for the DPS part, you obviously know it's Obsidian Codex. Now, for a sub DPS, you want to roll with Scroll of the Hero of Cinder City. Why is that so hard to pronounce? Now, I'm going to make choosing this as simple as possible, so you don't even have to think at all. Now, no, this is obviously a game, so you can build her however you want to build her. But if you're going to ask for my advice, if you're a new player without DPSs yet, you want to build her as DPS. If you're a new character and you have Mualani or Kinich and you have them already built, you want to build her as sub DPS. But if you have Shilolin, just build her as a DPS. And if you're going to build her as a sub DPS, never use them on the same team. You're really just going to waste the artifacts. Now, let's assume you don't have Kinich and you don't have Mualani. What do? You want to build her as a DPS because she's probably the best DPS in Natlan. Now, let's assume you even have Shilolin and you don't have Mualani or Kinich. She's definitely going to be built as DPS. Like, that's not even a question. Now, let me explain what each of these artifacts actually does. For MAVUIKA, that is. Now, for Obsidian Codex 2-piece, basically grants MAVUIKA 15% increase in damage. And for the 4-piece, you get an extra 40% crit rate, which is actually a massive W, increasing your damage by 15% and give you an extra 40% chance of you critting. That is a mad W. Now, for Scroll of the Hero of Cinder City, for MAVUIKA that is, the 2-piece unfortunately is completely useless. And I'll get to why it's useless in a minute. Now, the 4-piece set grants MAVUIKA and whoever she does a reaction with a 40% elemental damage bonus. So let's assume I vape with Mualani. Mualani gains a 40% hydro damage bonus and MAVUIKA gains a obviously 40% pyro damage bonus as well. Now, how do you use MAVUIKA? Now, getting her most optimal perfect rotation use is obviously for nerds, so we're just gonna go into what you actually need to know. For DPS MAVUIKA, you want to hold her skill or double tap her skill, hop on her bike and smash things. And for sub DPS, just tap it. So while on field or off field, she applies pyro to enemies. Just continually smash them pyro from heaven, which is very useful for like Mualani that needs to vape. She helps Mualani apply pyro to the enemies, so when she applies hydro, she vapes. Same thing with Kinich that uses Dendro for burning. Now we have her ultimate. Every other character in Genshin Impact uses energy to get their ultimate and smash things or change state, whatever it may be. Remember when I said the 2-piece of Scroll of the Hero of Cinder City? Oh, that is always so hard. Is useless for her. This is why. She does not use energy and the 2-piece grants her energy. So the energy goes, well, nowhere. It's kind of useless for her. In fact, it's 100% useless. MAVUIKA is currently the only character that does not use energy to gain her burst because she charges up her ultimate when her or her teammate consume Night Soul points. Let's assume you have Mualani on the field and she's surfing around or Kinich flying around. That consumption of those Night Soul points helps charge MAVUIKA's ultimate. Now, I'm not gonna lie to you. To obtain 1 million damage is gonna take a lot of investment. Many characters like Sitlali, Shilolin, you know, those buffers. Or Constellation or signature weapons. You don't do water plus fire, boom boom. It doesn't really work that way. Now, to understand how to build these artifacts, you know, the right substats to find, the right goblets or whatever, I'll be making a whole different video for that where you can check it out and I will teach you from scratch how to actually build your artifacts, how to know what to build on your artifacts without having to go to YouTube every single time to understand what to put on your Mualani. If you like the video in any way, just hit the like button. If you want to come back for more, make sure you hit that subscribe button. I'm always uploading videos teaching you new things about Genshin Impact that you probably didn't know yourself. Alright then, see you on the next one. Bye.